Switching gears now to local sports. Howard Dolgon. He's joining me live in studio right now. We're going to talk about so many things going on with the Crunch this summer. But first and foremost, thanks so much for joining us.
That's a pleasure.
I do want to ask you first, a big award coming your way last week. Talk to me about that and how honored you were to receive that.
Well, very honored. I was surprised, honored. The person, Tom Ebright, who the award is named after, I met 20 years ago, my first annual meeting for the Board of Governors of the American Hockey League. He was a real influence and a real help to us as a franchise, me as an owner. And to get an award for, a lifetime achievement in his name really meant a lot to me.
Absolutely. And going forward with the team here, the Frozen Dome Classic, hard to believe it's about 4 months away now. How excited are you to get this whole thing going?
Well, I'm excited. Usually the summer's a little downtime for us and our staff. And I think somebody mentioned the minute we announced the Dome game, all vacations were off. So there'll be plenty of time to take a rest after November 22nd, but the reaction has been phenomenal. There's a lot of momentum still. I think that's going to probably it'll quiet down a little bit, and then once we hit Labor Day and that 11 or 12-week cycle between then and the game, we're really going to kick it into high gear.
And this summer's been really busy. Even looking at last week, all the guys that Tampa signed, so many names that are familiar to us Crunch fans. How excited are you for the roster coming up this season and for the team you're going to have?
Well, that's interesting. Really excited. First, you get back your captain, Mike Angelides, who you can never underestimate what he brings to the table, his character, the integrity, the leadership. But then to go out and get a top-tier player like Mike Blunden, who we had before, a big forward. We get Matt Correnti, a former first-round pick of the Devils, on defense, who adds a lot of grit. And then a real surprise to me was the signing of Jerome Samson, who has been a 20-plus goal scorer every season in the American League. So, we signed him when we were at Hilton Head with Julian Brisbois, and he said, listen, I think I got this player. What do you think of him? And I said, wow, we've liked him for years. And he was, I think, the missing piece in the offseason signing. And then when you get Tampa going out and signing depth and signing the Anton Strowmans, the Brian Boyles, the Ryan Callahans, and then last week signing Brendan Morrow, they're set up top. We're set here in the bottom. Real happy going into the season for sure.
Not too shabby. Columbus Day weekend, right, is when we get started here with the season.
October 11th is our home opener, so we're closing in a lot of big things.
Sounds good. Howard Dolgon, owner of the Syracuse Crunch. Thanks so much for joining us. That'll do it for sports. I'm Nico Tamurian. We'll be right back.